actually think Antonio Brown's going to work well with the Patriots. I seriously think he's going to get in line to win a Super Bowl. I mean, why not? That's the only thing Antonio Brown doesn't have is a Super Bowl ring. I think he wants to win one. He realized that he got the same amount of guaranteed money. Now he's going to get in line for at least 1 year, win a Super Bowl with them this year. Sadly, I know I'm getting tired of it too. I'll admit. I want someone else to win. I want the Saints, Chiefs, someone. The Cowboys, I really would like to see win just because of Jerry Jones. That'd be cool, but the Patriots are going to win again. Antonio Brown will get his Super Bowl, and then he'll start acting up again next year, and he'll get dropped by the Patriots like a bad habit. They won't put up for it as long as the Raiders did this year. Belichick and Kraft will send him very quickly next season, but once he gets the Super Bowl ring, then he'll feel like his legacy is set. You know, my career is set. I got a Super Bowl now. I'm not just the best non-Super Bowl winning wide receiver. I'm the best wide receiver, period. And he's going to just start to act up like crazy. He got his guaranteed money for this year from the Patriots, I think. I think after this, Antonio Brown, you know, if they do win the Super Bowl, he's going to act up. He'll be out of the league. He'll never get a job after the Patriots. Like, if he gets dumped from the Patriots now, it's like putting your life on the line because he'll never get hired anywhere. If you get fired from the best corporations, like being fired from Google and asking for a job from Bing or some other lower search engine, no one's going to hire you. You just got fired from Google. So that's just how it's going to be. Antonio Brown's going to act up after winning a Super Bowl. He's going to get dropped from the Patriots next season at training camp because he'll show up late. He'll do all. He doesn't want to practice. Antonio Brown reminds me of Allen Iverson, you know, for basketball. They don't want to practice. They're already good enough. They have reached the peak. They beat Mario. They beat the video game. They've reached the peak of their greatness. They're as good as they're going to be. They're happy with that. They're satisfied. They don't want to practice anymore. Whatever, they'll train, they'll stay in good shape, but they don't want to practice anymore. So Antonio Brown and all them, they just do whatever they can, just like Zeke did holding out in Cabo. They just don't want to go to training camp and practice. Would you? No, I hated practice. In high school, if I could have just not practiced basketball, but just showed up on Tuesdays and Fridays to play the games, I might be an all-star. I might be still playing basketball. I might have got a college contract. All I wanted to do was play the games. No one wants to practice and run and do all that. That's not fun. The game is fun. Practice is not fun. So Antonio Brown, Zeke, all these guys just want to X out training camp and then get to the games, and that's it. And Antonio Brown will try to do that next year. He'll think because he, you know, helped them to a Super Bowl. I don't know if he'll get MVP. He might get Super Bowl MVP. He'll get one of the playoff games MVP. I'm sure of that. Brady will probably get Super Bowl, though. Or maybe they'll get co-MVPs, which is weird, though. Antonio Brown will think he can act up. He'll think, you know, we won the Super Bowl. I played well. I was the MVP, whatever. You know, I cannot show up for training camp. I can wait again, do the same things I always do. Belichick ain't having that for 2 seconds. He'll cut him like nothing, you know. He'll cut him like he's cutting his son. I think if Bill Belichick's son played for the Patriots and was not playing good enough or made a mistake, Bill Belichick would cut his own son in 2 seconds. Not even, he wouldn't even lose a second of sleep over it. They'd be at the dinner table, they'd eat the same pork chops, whatever. He'd ask him how his day was. Bill Belichick would cut his son at practice, come home, they'd eat dinner together, and Bill Belichick would be, you know, he's not a feelings guy, emotions guy. He'd just be like, you know, cutting his meat. Son, how was practice today? The son would be like, Dad, you cut me from the team. You fired me. You cut me from my job as an NFL player. I am off the team. You cut me today. That just happened. And be like, well, don't you think you could have played better? It's obviously a reason you got cut. You know, people don't just get cut for no reason. There's obviously a reason you got cut. You know, maybe you learned from this. Builds character. Just, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, son. Keep on trucking. Whatever. Imagine the Bill Belichick father-son conversations. Oh, I would pay money to have them tape and watch Bill Belichick explaining to his son to wear a condom or not do drugs or any father-son conversations. I would pay to see that Bill Belichick, lecture. Even if Bill Belichick, he's supposed to be doing motivation tapes, but I feel like he could do, some sort of lecturing and disciplining your son. Bill Belichick definitely has an audio tape series in his future for that, when he has to work later in life, because NFL players and coaches and things that have made 30, 40, 50 million dollars in their career for some reason need to go to ESPN and work more and do broadcasting job that could have just went to a student who went to college for sports broadcasting and deserves to be there and studied it his whole life, and just give him a chance. But whatever, we're not going to get into the ethics of sports broadcasting. Anyways, ESPN just hired this guy that is terrible. He was so scared his first episode, and now he's trying to make jokes, but he's so corny. He's like, oh my god, he hit that over the wall. I hit my golf ball too far. Sometimes I hit it too far. He's so bad. He's got another spiked haircut. I don't know why everyone at ESPN is getting old but wants to stay young. I just watched, whatever that's stupid Around the Horn, where he gives them points for nothing whenever he feels like they said something cool, or whenever he wakes up from his nap, he gives them points. And it's this Tony Reality. He's got to be approaching 50, and he's wearing his haircut and this outfit like he's 20. Come on. I know I dress young, but I'm still, at least I'm 30. These dudes out here are 50, dressing like they're going to prom this afternoon. Stop it. We know your age. You're not fooling anyone. Stop it, ESPN anchors. Jason Fitz. Nick Wright for Fox, so it's not ESPN, it's FS1. Nick Wright, he's the biggest offender. But anyways, getting back to the topic, yes, Antonio Brown will behave on the Patriots. He'll go the Patriots' way. He wants to win a Super Bowl, so he'll do it for at least 1 year. Rob Gronkowski did, so anyone could, right? If they like drinking and partying, doing maybe drugs that we don't know about. Rob Gronkowski could do it, and he parties and chugs on camera. If he can do it, you can do it, Antonio. Just hang in there, at least win the Super Bowl, and then I'm good with them cutting you in training camp. I can live with that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This is Kevin KMac McCarthy. Another episode of I Feel Like Rhyming.